There's a room in my house that doesn't exist. I know that sounds impossible. Houses have blueprints, square footage permits. Rooms don't just appear, but this one did. It appeared the night I turned 51, and it's been growing ever since. Not outward, the walls haven't moved. Inward, the room is getting smaller, and I think when it gets small enough, it's going to swallow me. My name is Claire. I'm a retired school teacher. I've lived in this Victorian house for 30 years. I raised 2 children here. I buried my husband here, not in the yard, but in the sense that he died in the master bedroom, and I never had the heart to move the bed. I know every corner of this house, every squeak, every draft, every shadow. So when I woke up on my 51st birthday and found a door in the hallway that had never been there before, I didn't call a contractor. I called my daughter. "Mom, you're probably just tired," she said. "You turned 51. It's a big number. You're stressed." I told her I wasn't stressed. I told her the door was real. She drove over that afternoon. We stood in the hallway together, and she stared at the wall where I was pointing. "There's nothing there, Mom." She was right. The door was gone, but I had seen it. White paint, a brass knob, a small window with frosted glass, and above the door, carved into the wood, the number 51. I apologized. I made tea. I told her I must have imagined it. She left, and I went to bed early. That night, I woke up at 3:51 a.m. to the sound of a door closing, not slamming, closing softly, deliberately, like someone trying not to be heard. I got up. The hallway was empty, but the door was back. And this time, it was open, just a crack, just enough to see darkness inside. Not the darkness of a room without lights, the darkness of a place that had never known light. I should have called my daughter again. I should have left the house. Instead, I walked toward the door. I put my hand on the knob. It was warm, warmer than it should have been. I pushed the door open. Beyond it was a staircase, narrow, steep, descending into black. The steps were old wood, worn smooth, and they glowed faintly. A soft, amber light that seemed to come from the wood itself. I counted the steps I could see. 1, 2, 3. The rest vanished into shadow. I didn't go down. Not that first night. I closed the door, went back to bed, and pretended it hadn't happened. But the next night, the door was open wider. The night after that, wider still. And I started hearing things. A child's soft and rhythmic, counting from somewhere below. 41, 42, 43. Always the same numbers. Always building toward 51. But it never reached 51. It stopped at 50. And then it started over. On the 4th night, I went down. The stairs creaked under my weight. The air was cold and smelled of old paper and something sweet. Honey, maybe, or dried flowers. I counted as I descended. 4, 5, 6. The walls were close, brushing my shoulders. 7, 8, 9. They were covered in drawings, stick figures, houses, trees, and numbers. 51 over and over, in every color, every language, every stage of fading. 10, 11, 12. The stairs began to turn, spiraling down like a corkscrew. 13, 14, 15. The air grew thicker. I could hear breathing now, not mine, someone else's. Slow, patient waiting. 16, 17, 18. I reached a landing. The stairs continued, but to my left there was a doorway. No door, just an archway, and beyond it, a room. A small room, maybe 10 feet by 10 feet, with walls made entirely of clocks. Hundreds of clocks, wristwatches, grandfather clocks, cuckoo clocks, sundials, all of them ticking, all of them showing different times. And in the center of the room, sitting on a wooden stool, was a little girl. She was wearing a white dress, her brown hair in pigtails, her bare feet swinging above the floor. She was holding a pocket watch, staring at its face. Her lips were moving, counting. 48, 49, 50. She looked up when I entered. Her eyes were dark, almost black, and they didn't blink. "You're 51, she said. "That's the number. 51 years old. 51 steps from the top of the stairs to this room. I've been waiting for someone 51. The others were too young, or they turned back." Turned back from what? She pointed at the walls, the clocks. From the counting. The clocks count time. I count steps. But we both get stuck at 50. I've been stuck for 51 years. I was 6 years old when I fell. I was counting the steps from my bedroom to the kitchen. 51 steps. I got to 50, and I tripped on the loose rug. I fell through the floor, and I landed here, in this room. And the clock started ticking, and I started counting, and I never stopped. She stood up. The pocket watch fell to the floor and shattered. The sound echoed off the walls, and for a moment, all the clocks went silent. Then they started ticking again, but faster, louder. "You have to help me," she said. "You have to say the 51st number, with me, just once. And then the door will open, and I can go home." "What door?" She pointed to the far wall. Behind a grandfather clock, a door had appeared, white with a brass knob shaped like a number 51. It was small, child-sized, and it was opening, just a crack. Through the crack, I could see light, sunlight, a garden, a woman in a flowered dress, calling a name. "Lydia, Lydia, breakfast is ready." The little girl, Lydia, started to cry. "That's my mother. She's been calling for 51 years. She's old now. She's gray." But she never stopped. She never forgot. "Why can't you just go through the door?" "Because the door only opens when the counting is finished, and I can't finish alone. Every time I get to 50, I freeze. My throat closes. The word won't come out. I need someone to say it with me. Someone who isn't afraid of the number." I looked at the door, at the light, at the woman's silhouette waiting. I thought about my own children, about my husband, about all the years I'd spent in this house alone, counting the days until something changed. I took a breath. "One," I said. Lydia smiled. "2, 3, 4. The clocks began to chime, not in unison, each one striking its own hour, its own half hour, its own quarter. The sound was deafening, beautiful, terrible. 5, 6, 7 pulsed. The drawings glowed. The floor beneath us warmed. 8, 9, 10. I could see faces in the clocks. Not Lydia's. Other faces. Other children. Other people who had fallen through floors, who had tripped on rugs, who had gotten stuck at 50 and been waiting for someone to help them finish. We counted faster. 11, 12, 13. The door opened wider. The sunlight poured in warm and golden. 14, 15, 16. The woman's voice grew louder. "Lydia, come on, sweetheart, your eggs are getting cold." 17, 18, 19. Lydia ran to the door. She put her hand on the knob. 20, 21, 22. She looked back at me, tears streaming down her face. But she was laughing. 23, 24, 25. The clocks were shattering now, one by one, glass and gears raining down like confetti. 26, 27, 28. The walls were cracking. The drawings were peeling. 29, 30, 31. The room was collapsing, but Lydia was already through the door. She was in the garden. She was running toward her mother. The woman caught her, lifted her, spun her around. 32, 33, 34. The door began to close. I ran toward it. I didn't want to be trapped in the clock room. I didn't want to become one of the faces in the walls. 35, 36, 37. I reached the door. I grabbed the knob. It was warm. So warm. 38, 39, 40. I pulled the door open. I stepped through. I was in my hallway. The door was gone. The wall was solid. My hands were empty, but I could smell flowers, honeysuckle, the same smell from my grandmother's garden. That was a month ago. The door hasn't come back. The counting has stopped. I sleep through the night. I've stopped checking the hallway at 3:51 a.m., but something else has happened. My house feels smaller. Not physically. The measurements haven't changed, but the rooms press in. The ceilings feel lower. The hallways feel narrower. And at night, when I close my eyes, I see the clock room. Rebuilt. New clocks on the walls, new faces in the glass, and in the center, a new child. Not Lydia, someone else. A boy, maybe 7, with dark hair and a blue shirt. He's holding a stopwatch. He's counting. 41, 42, 43. He looks up. He sees me. He smiles. "You're 51, he says. "You helped her, now you can help me." I fell through the ice. I was counting the steps from the shore to the middle of the pond. 51 steps. I got to 50, and the ice broke. I fell through. I've been here for 51 years. My mother is still waiting by the shore. She brings hot chocolate every day. She never stops. I open my eyes. I'm in my bedroom. The ceiling is low. The walls are close. And in the corner, I see it. A door, white with a brass knob. The number 51 is carved above it. The door is open, just a crack. I don't know what to do. I helped Lydia. I said the number with her. She went home. But there are others. How many? How many children fell through floors and ice and stairs and wells? How many are still counting, still waiting for someone to say the last number? I'm 51 years old. I have maybe 30 good years left. And every night, a new child appears in my dreams. Every night, a new door appears in my house. Every night, the rooms get a little smaller. Last night, I measured the hallway. It shrunk by 6 inches. The staircase to the second floor has lost 3 steps. I counted. There used to be 14. Now there are 11. I think the house is eating itself. I think the doors are multiplying. And I think, when the house gets small enough, it's going to collapse into the clock room, and I'm going to fall through. And I'm going to be the one sitting on the stool, holding a pocket watch, counting. I've started writing letters. To my daughter, to my son, to the next person who turns 51. I'm telling them about the doors, about the counting, about the children. I'm telling them not to be afraid, because the number isn't the end. The number is just a door, and doors can be opened from both sides. Tonight, I'm going to open the door in my bedroom. I'm going to walk down the stairs. I'm going to find the boy by the frozen pond, and I'm going to count with him. 51, all the way. And then I'm going to watch him run to his mother, and I'm going to smell the hot chocolate, and I'm going to pretend that's enough. But the clocks are ticking, the walls are shrinking, and I know that after the boy, there will be another, and another, and another, until I've counted every child who ever fell, until I've said every number from 1 to 51 1,000 times. The door is open. I can see the stairs, and off the bottom, a boy in a blue shirt is waiting. 1, 2, 3, I'm coming.